안녕하세요.
Hi everyone.
Hey guys, it's Ava and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be setting up my A5 binders. This is something that I've been planning and working on for the longest time. It just took quite a bit of time for all the items to arrive. I'll provide links to all the items that are shown in this video, and I'm also going to talk a bit about why I decided to transition to using an A5 binder. Anyways, without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so I will be moving basically all my collections with the exception of 17 and Treasure into an A5 binder. And the reason for that is because I don't have that many photo cards for the other groups that I collect. I typically only collect Korean album photo cards for most members, and then there's a handful of people that I do collect non-album or I do select photo cards for. I don't really need a big 3-ring A4 binder for all these groups. And to be quite frank, I don't really love how they look on a page because there's often a lot of missing or empty spots, which is why I wanted to make the conversion from an A4 to an A5 binder. The people that will be going into these binders are Promise Nine's Chae Young, Stacy's Issa. I do have this one lone Denise photo card. She is a member from Secret Number. I'm not planning on collecting her, but I did pull her in my album and I just want to keep this photo card, so she will also be going in an A5 binder. BTS's Jimin, and then also every member in this binder, which is my non-17, non-treasure binder. That includes Rose, Yua, Uki, Sungwoo, and Jisung. So yes, we are going to first start off by taking all of these photo cards out of this binder and then getting organized. So I've removed everything out of that binder and I have it in front of me now. These items, in addition to these, are going to be all stored away in the A5 binders. I've decided to group them by boy group and girl group. So I kind of talked a bit about it before, but the main reason why I made this transition was because I just didn't like how these cards looked in a 3-ring A4 binder. For the majority of these groups, with the exception of Rose and Sungwoo, I really only collect Korean album photo cards. And for a few of these members, they don't have that many comebacks per year, so it's not like I have a whole lot of cards for them. Alright, so this stack is gonna go in its own binder. Jimin and Sungwoo. I don't really wanna... Okay, that works. Jimin and Sungwoo items, girl groups, and then Rose. So, as you all know, I use the Dragon Shield sleeves. These sleeves don't fit into some of the pages that I have for the A5 binder, so I am going to de-sleeve and re-sleeve the majority of these photo cards. I am a little bit particular about my sleeves. I don't love traditional penny sleeves because I think they're super flimsy. I think that if you're collecting photo cards that are worth a decent price, then they should be kept in conditions that protect the photo card. So I actually have these sleeves right over here. These are 56 by 87 millimeter sleeves by the brand BCW. They're called board game sleeves because I think they fit the size of a lot of board game cards. They're actually the perfect size for the A5 sleeves that I'm using, and I've already put a few of my photo cards in them. So if you look at this card, this is a pretty standard size photo card. It's more tapered than a typical Dragon Shield sleeve, and these fit a lot easier into those pages. There is a little bit of room on each side, so that's kind of nice. There is some give. But yeah, these are the sleeves. They are clear on both sides. They're pretty comparable to Dragon Shields themselves, and of course this will be linked down below if you are curious. So let's just go ahead and de-sleeve now. Okay, so let's talk binders. There's lots of different types of A5 binders. They come in varying sizes and they also come in varying types of materials. In general, A5 refers to dimensions that are roughly 6 by 8 inches. I know I'm off just a little bit. I think it's like 5.8 by 8.3 or something inches to be specific. But for the most part, it is a binder that will hold 4 photo cards pretty comfortably in a standard size page. As you can tell though, these binders are all a little bit different size from one another. So there are some differences in sizes even among a classic A5 binder. I bought these all from different places. Unfortunately, A5 binders aren't as accessible to people that live in the US as buying like an A4 binder, which is your classic 3-ring binder. But there are some options and kind of workarounds if you don't want to ship from Korea or deal with having like a Korean or Japanese address to get things. So we'll start with this one. This is a soft PVC binder, meaning that the outside is made out of PVC. I bought this on Amazon. It was really easy. I think I got 2 of these for about $11 and it shipped in 2 days. So if you're someone who doesn't mind this kind of material, these are super easy to find and get. I'm pretty sure craft stores probably also have these. I'm not the biggest fan of this binder because when you lay it down flat, let me just move this off. When you lay it down flat, the front cover doesn't sit flat. So when you flip the pages, they kind of pop up a little bit just because of the nature of the material. Once you get enough pages down there, the weight of it kind of forces the front to sit more flat. But I don't know, I'm just not the biggest fan of, I don't know, just this PVC material. I am using it right now to hold these photo cards, but I'll probably transition them into a different binder at some point. They are, however, the easiest to obtain of all the binders that I have in front of me today. So that is that. Next, we have this binder. I bought this off a Korean-based store on Etsy, and this was also pretty easy to get because Etsy is a platform that I use quite frequently. The brand of this particular binder is called Wanna This, and the store that I bought from, which is called DuruNaru, I believe, is just like a reseller. If you go on their website, you'll see that they have lots of different types of binders, stationery pages, and things like that that are from all different types of brands. So I'm pretty sure that they just purchase from stores based in Korea and then mark up the price a bit and then sell them around the world. I actually quite like this binder. It is made out of this matte frosted clear material. It's a hardcover and it does lay down flat when you put it down. So I don't have any photo cards in these pages, of course, but it does lay flush towards the table. There is an elastic band in the back right over here where you can use it to close the binder, and it fits into these little notches in the front to keep it in place. I actually bought 2 of these, so here's one that's still in the packaging. They do come in different colors, so they have one that's black and then some colorful ombre ones as well if you like this type of design. So yeah, this is this binder. And then we get to these 2 binders. So I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen this one before. This is a pretty popular A5 binder that's used by a few American YouTubers, I would say, but I've seen it a lot in the Korean K-pop collecting community. Most of the K-pop YouTubers that I watch are actually Korean or Japanese just because there's not a whole lot of carrot YouTubers, so I watch them quite a bit and I see this used a lot. So this is a Korean-based brand. They're called B&D and their store is located on the Naver website. Naver, to my knowledge, does not ship outside of Korea, so if you are looking to buy this specific binder, you'll either have to have a Korean address or use a Korean proxy website to buy it for you. So an example of that would be Korean Buddy. There are websites that are resellers that do buy these binders and then ship internationally. So DuruNaru, the website that I just mentioned, actually does buy some of B&D's products and they do ship to the US. So if you don't want to do it yourself, you can order it through a third-party company, I guess. There are also a few American websites that I found that do sell this binder. Unfortunately, it sells out pretty quickly, so I ordered these specifically from that website because I wasn't able to find it on any US-based websites. I will, however, provide links to those stores below in case they ever restock, in which case it's a lot easier to just buy it from them than it is to necessarily buy it from Korea and then have to pay a whole lot for shipping. So like I said, this is the brand name, B.on.D. These binders are super popular because they have this pocket up front where you can put in a photo card, and then there's some little doodles and other writings on the front as well. They come in the same type of frosted white hardcover material, and then it's just your classic 6-ring binder inside. There's also an elastic that hooks around the front and fits into these little grooves. This one is not as tight as the other one. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I feel like this might lose its stretch more quickly than the other binder. And yeah, that is what it looks like. Sorry, there's hair. And then this was one that I just purchased because I was curious to see how it would look. Again, same brand, same concept of having a little pocket where you can put in a photo up front. This one actually has pages that are built into the binder itself. These pages are actually a little too small for my liking. They fit photo cards fine, but I don't know that you can necessarily put them in sleeves and then fit them in here. And then the other thing too is that they come with these one pocket pages in the back and in the front. But if you are someone that's looking to store larger inclusions and you want the versatility of being able to put in 2-pocket or 1-pocket pages wherever, obviously you can't do that here. So this is really only for photo cards. All right, so these are the binders, and with that, let's go ahead and talk about binder pages. Okay, so I have a lot of different types of binder pages in front of me, and this is not even all of it. Binder pages, I think, are the most difficult item to obtain because there's not a whole lot of websites that ship to the US that sell 4-pocket A5 size pages. At least to my knowledge, if you guys have found websites that are easy to buy from and you live in the US, feel free to comment down below. There are some that are sold on Amazon, but those ones tend to be made out of like this frosted PVC material that are used to store like business cards. So if you put photo cards in there, you can still see them, but they're not as clear as like this kind of a page that is, I don't know what material this is, but it's not like frosted or thick. So I have these pages from a few different places. I've actually talked about this brand before. They are called Amifa, and they are a Japanese brand, and I actually bought these off of Mercari. There are lots of listings for this type of page. Sometimes you can buy it just as 1 pack, sometimes they'll sell them in packs of like 5 or something like that. But if you are someone that uses Mercari quite a bit, you can just buy these pages on there, and these will fit into any A5 binder. I have some of them out here in front of me now. They're kind of interesting in the sense that they have a sealed top. So when you have a photo card, the photo card fits into here, and then there's this kind of little bit on top that keeps it covered. So for example, let me just show you. Here's a freebie card that I have. You would slide it in like so, and then it would just sit here, and then it's also sealed on the top. And then if you wanted to stick a photo card in the back, it's also double-sided, so you can also stick photo cards in the back like this. So if you're someone that uses a front and back layout, these are pretty neat because they have front and back pockets. I will post the name of this and the characters that I use to search in Mercari down below. I don't have a link to a listing, obviously, because people will just put up bunches and bunches of listings that get sold. So if you're someone, again, who uses Mercari and you're interested in these type of pages, they are pretty inexpensive. I don't remember how much I paid for them, but I will put it somewhere on the screen. And this is just kind of what it looks like. It comes in a pack of 10, and again, it's for A5 binders. All right. And then the other pages that I have in front of me are actually, they're from the same brand, even though they have different labels. These are the B.on.D 4-pocket pages, and they're pretty standard 4-pocket pages, meaning that they just have a top where you insert the card. This was one that I bought through that reseller website on Etsy, DuruNaru, so I believe they probably just took off the old packaging and slapped on their own label. And then this is the one that I bought directly from B.on.D. So something to keep in mind when you are buying pages is how many are you planning on buying and how expensive are they? These, which I bought from Etsy, were marked up to about double the price of the actual cost because the reseller obviously was trying to make money. I also managed to get these on sale, so I paid a lot less for one pack of these pages than I did for these pages. The reason why I originally bought it from this Etsy site was because Beyond D was sold out of these pages for the longest time, and every time it would restock, it would sell out again in like a day. So I did buy these because I just wanted to get them in, but after Beyond D restocked, I ended up placing a big order through them and then buying a whole ton of these, and it was so much cheaper to get it through the actual website. If you're planning on buying a lot of pages, I think you should just figure out a way to buy directly from Beyond D, but if you're not planning on buying a whole ton, then it wouldn't be the worst idea to maybe check out that Etsy website or find an American-based store that does sell these products. And so the other thing we have are other types of pocket pages. So we have these 2 pocket pages that Beyond D makes. We also have these 1 pocket pages. And then I also have these 2 pocket pages that are quite skinny. If you collect groups where they include inclusions like photo strips or bookmarks, this would be a good idea to look into. So yes, those are all the pages that I have in front of me. I also have this here. This is just a insert page that I'm going to use to divide the members. So yes, those are those items. And with that, we can go ahead and actually get started on setting up these binders. So we are going to start off with my Rosé A5 binder, and I actually just realized something when I was going through these pages, is that these Beyond D pages are actually a little bit different. So these are the newest ones that I purchased directly from that website, and they have a sealed top, so you slide the photo card in and then they have a little extra bit that sits up top. This one does not have that. These are both from Beyond D. This one I bought maybe like a month and a half ago, so I don't know if Beyond D redesigned their pages, and this might be the new one. If you do buy pages from Beyond D, let me know, because I'm just curious if from here on out they're all going to look like this. Anyways, I'm just going to use these ones for Rosé. I also have a few other types of pages in here for her larger inclusions. So because I do collect quite a bit of things for Rosé, as she is my female alt bias, I decided that she should probably have her own binder. Let's see, we will just go ahead and put these in. I love how cute and small everything is. And I like that it's going to be like a compact item as opposed to a giant A4 binder, which honestly gets tiring to lug around after a while. All right, so here are the photo cards. Let me just show you how big a dragon shield sleeve is. As you can tell, it just doesn't quite fit in here. It's probably like 1 or 2 millimeters too large. So for that reason, I obviously had to take all of them out of their sleeves and put them into new ones. So yes, I feel like there's been a pretty big trend of people transitioning to A5 binders recently, and I think it's always nice to have diversity in the way that you store and manage your collections. Like, nowhere does it ever say that you have to put it in an A4 binder. I also see a lot of people putting them in 1 pocket binders or 2 pocket ones. I know it's really common in like Korea, again, just because I watch a lot of Korean K-pop YouTubers, to put photo cards in smaller binders and then have their collections span across several different binders, which I think is really fun. It's something that I would certainly love to do for 17 or Treasure, but the issue is just that they have so many photo cards, so it would be really impractical for me to do that. Oh my god, I already love how cute everything is. So for these photo cards, because they are too big for the sleeves, I'm just going to put them directly into the page. It feels like I haven't filmed in a really long time. I know I uploaded my mid-February collective haul not too long ago, but most of those clips were from earlier in February. So I feel like I haven't had a chance to actually like sit down and talk to you guys or film and do normal YouTube things. February has been a pretty busy month for me. I've been working a lot, and I'm just really tired most days. I also haven't really had anything to film because I don't have anything quite arriving in the mail yet. I also don't have enough photocards to do a photocard storage video, although I probably will be doing one soon because I do have a Mercari order on its way. And then we'll put this one over here. These are the group cards from Target, and I'll just put a filler in later. Actually, let me just stick this Polaroid freebie that I have in here. That's cute. Okay. And then here we have some pre-order cards. Maybe like that. Speaking of Rose, I am so excited for her upcoming mini album. That was one of my biggest wishes for 2021, was for her solo to actually be an album instead of just a single song, and I cannot believe it's actually happening. Knowing YG, it'll probably be, my guess is that it's going to be like 4 songs, but I would love it to be like 5 or something like that, but it's okay. I'm just happy for any Rose content whatsoever. How do I want to do this? Okay, I'll just stick these right over here. I'll probably end up reorganizing these on my own time at a later point. So yes, Rose solo, so exciting. I was reading some articles that were saying that it'll probably drop in March. I don't know how reliable those articles are, to be entirely honest, but I think it's going to be sooner rather than later, and I am so freaking excited. And then for this one, we'll do that. It's so weird adjusting to a 4-pocket layout, just because I'm so accustomed to moving things around to fit a 9-pocket page. Obviously, with a 4-pocket page, you have a lot less to work with. What if I did... Okay, maybe what I'll do instead is, because I have another Rose photo card coming in from a group order, and I'm gonna want to group it with these cards. Oh, I don't like how they slide around so much. Whatever. So I'll leave that blank. And that works. Okie doke. Sorry, I have hair absolutely everywhere. Okay, so now we can move on to her larger items. So the How You Like That postcards are smaller than the album postcards, so they actually do fit on here. I believe these are like a 3x5 maybe. And then those ones are closer to like a 4x6, which is why they don't fit. But that works perfectly. And then for the album postcards, I'm going to just do them back to back on a 1-pocket page. I might go back in and put in inserts so that they don't slide around too much, and also so that if one shifts, you can't really see it on the other side. I wish that they did fit though. They're just ever so slightly too large. And then this is the last postcard. And then we have these pre-order benefits from K-Town. I hate this photo. It is so grainy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it up close, but their skin looks so mottled. It's so weird. Anyways, I have these, so I'm just going to stick them in here like so. Okay, and yes, that is that. So this is my Rose binder, and I'm going to stick this freebie that I got into the front over here. And then just kind of slide it into place. And with that, she is all set. So first A5 binder done. Oh my god, it is so cute. I love that it's in such a small little binder and not this like ginormous thing I have to like lug around with me everywhere. So let's move on to the next one. The next binder is going to be my girl group binder, and we are also going to be using the Beyond D A5 binder as well for this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the cover because there are obviously going to be several girl group members in this binder, and I only have one photo card pocket. So I'm just going to leave that blank and I'll figure it out later. But I've already gone ahead and took out the sleeves that I needed. Let's go ahead and put them in. So these are the Beyond D sleeves that have the little lip on the top. I think they probably redesigned their sleeves and this will be the type that they carry from now on, but I'm not entirely positive. Okay, so these are all the sleeves. I'm gonna go ahead and put in some of these inserts. These are just pieces of paper, and I'm going to put in one to mark off each member. Okay, so this is all set up, and with that we can start putting in items. So we are going to put Yua first, and I think I'm going to start off with her Oh My Girl photo cards and then put the solo ones in the back. So we will move all these behind. For these photo cards from Secret Garden, they unfortunately do not fit into the sleeves that I have, so I'm just going to be putting them in directly into the pocket page. And let's do it like so. So these actually feel a little bit different than the other pages. I don't know if they use a different type of plastic, but I feel like they grip onto the photo cards a little bit more securely, so there's less sliding around. It is a little bit harder to get the photo cards in, so I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I do like that these photo cards don't seem to be moving in their spot. Okay. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just having a little bit more difficulty sliding them in because there just is a bit more resistance. So now we get into her solo album photo cards from Bon Voyage, and I haven't quite given a whole lot of thought into how I want to do this page. So let me see. Okay, so because she has 15 photo cards, there will be one page that is just missing one slot, but that is okay. We're gonna start off with her darker concept photo cards. Ugh, I don't think I'm ever gonna get over Bon Voyage. Yeah, again, I don't know how I feel about these. I love that these photo cards aren't moving around, but it's just like hard to put them in. So we'll see. Anyways, so what was I talking about before? Yeah, I feel like I haven't been filming a whole lot for the month of February, and like I said, that is because I've been pretty busy. Fortunately, I do have a lot of items coming in the mail pretty soon, so I think I'll be putting out a lot more videos for the second half of February. Work, again, also has just been very busy. I've been working a lot of shifts, and I've been working overtime, so when I get home, I really don't have much energy to do filming. I mostly just want to lie in my bed, sleep, or watch YouTube videos. Okay, and then this is all looking good. And finally, the last page. So these are my favorite photo cards of Yua. She is so cute. I do hope that Oh My Girl has a comeback soon. They are long overdue. I think it's been about a year almost since Nonstop came out. So if we're going by their normal schedule of one Korean comeback a year, they should be releasing something soon. Okay. So that is that for US photo cards. We do have her solo album postcards to put away though. And we are just going to put these in no particular order. I hope they don't slide around too much. I think I have a lot of peeves when it comes to photo card binders and storage, but probably the biggest among them is when inclusions slide around. Oh my god, it drives me insane. And then every time you flip open your binder, you have to adjust everything, and then it makes me not want to flip through the binder, which defeats the whole point of having photo cards and displaying them and looking at them. So yeah, that is that. Anyways, so that section is all done, and then we move on to my Oogie collection. And I'm actually just going to restick this Polaroid that I had from my old binder onto here. Let's store it like so, and this will mark off her section. Okie doke. For Oogie, I have mostly photo cards, but some larger items as well. So there's going to be a lot of missing spots in here because they just don't quite add up well. And I don't like breaking apart comebacks onto two different pages if I can help it. I like things to kind of make sense and for things to go in the way that they were chronologically released. So these are from I Am, and then I Trust is going to have its own page. These don't go into sleeves because they won't fit in otherwise. I'm just gonna put them directly into these pockets, and they just fit perfectly. Let's squeeze them in there. These are some of my favorite photo cards in general. I think the concept for I Trust was so gorgeous, and I love Oogie's photo cards. She's so pretty in these. Oh my goodness. So that'll be that. And then we get to Dumdy, which is also gonna have to go onto two pages because I do have these two group pre-order cards. Okay. I'll just put some freebies in these slots and then make that another page. So that's that. And then these will all go onto this page. I actually like the K-Town For You pre-order cards way more than I like the actual album photo cards. I just don't think that the album photo cards are that cute. I mean, they're cute because Oogie's cute, but just the composition, the outfits, and the design could have been improved upon. Okay, like look at these. These are adorable. And then here it's super dark, and then that one's kind of cute, but I don't know, it's kind of like a weird angle. Anyways, that is Dumdy, and now we get on to iBurn. So this makes me upset because iBurn was actually designed in such a way that it made for a 9-pocket page really easily, but because I'm switching everything to a 4-pocket page, we are going to have to make some changes. For each version of iBurn, there are 2 album photo cards, there is a special card, and then there's also these like tarot cards, but there's only 1 tarot card for all 3 albums. I'm thinking that what I might do is I might just stick one of the tarot cards per page to fill out that 4th pocket. And then for the winter version, I'll put in this K-Town For You pre-order card because she's wearing a white dress and it kind of goes with the winter cards. So yes, we will do that for now. I'm not that happy about it, but it is what it is. We'll start with the fire version, which has my favorite Uki photo cards. And then this is the special lucky card that I pulled. And then we'll put Dumdy in here. The other solution that I was thinking about was to just get 2 more of her other pre-order cards and put them in there, which I haven't ruled out. We'll see. And then we will do the winter version. So that will go that. I don't have inserts for the lucky cards because I wasn't planning on collecting them when I originally planned out her binder. Will this even fit? Oh, it will, okay. And then we end with the flower version. Yes, I am very close to being done with Uki's I Burn collection. I've actually managed to secure her lucky cards for the ones that I'm missing, and I'm just missing the album photo cards at this point. Okay, so that is all there, and then with that we can move on to her larger items. So here we have the 4 photo inclusion from I Am, I have her card from I Made, and then these 2 Dumdy Dumdy inclusions. I think this will actually fit, yes. Right side up, perfect. And then, I don't know if these will, no they will not, so they will go horizontally. Okay, and then that is all done for Oogie. Moving on, we now will get to Chaeyoung, and I'm just going to stick her Polaroid on here as well. Okie doke. For Chaeyoung, I only collect photo cards, so we just have these. Oh my god, she is such a cutie. I wonder when Promise 9 will have another comeback. I know they had one not too long ago, but I feel like, I don't know, they were on hiatus for so long, I feel like they should probably have 2 comebacks this year, in which case I would expect something from them relatively soon. I love her outfit for Fun Factory in this one. I really like the sheer sleeves with the tank top underneath is so cute. Okay, we will start with Beanie Chaeyoung. Super, super cute. Yeah, the more I put photo cards in these pages, the more I'm kind of just like, why is this so difficult? But I guess it's just like that one time you put them in, and then after that, if you don't take them out, it's not a big deal. But I guess if you're someone who takes their photo cards in and out of the sleeves, or in and out of the pages, my bad, all the time, this would be probably really annoying. Okay, that is done. We will now do the group pictures, like so. Actually, let's do that. I will never get over these photo cards. I think they're so cute. Definitely my favorite era. Go in, go in. I don't know if it looks like it's really hard on camera, but it really is. Oh gosh, okay. So that is done. 2 more to go, and then these don't fit into sleeves, so they are just going to go like so. Okay, All right, so Chaeyoung is all done. Oh my goodness, this binder's already looking pretty thick. Maybe I'll have to split it up at some point. Anyways, so Chaeyoung is done, and then next we have Isa from Stacy. I still am not sure on how to pronounce her name, so if any of you guys are Stacy stans and know how to pronounce it, please let me know. I've been saying Isa, but I've seen people call her Isa. I don't know where I got Isa from, to be honest. I just thought that was the way that you pronounced it, but whatever. So she just has these 2 photo cards and then this film strip. So that'll be easy enough. Ta-da! And then this will go right in here. Perfect. And then finally we have Denise. I don't have a Polaroid for her, so we'll just go ahead and put in this photo card. I love her little pigtail buns that are like a top knot. Really cute. Okay, so yes, those are the girl groups that I collect, minus Rosé, who has her own binder, and they now live here. So binder's already looking a little bit full, but these are groups that don't have comebacks too often, and they don't have that many inclusions, so I think I'll be okay for now. Anyways, with that, let's move on to the boy groups. Okay, the next binder we'll be setting up is my Jimin and Sungwoo binder. I'm going to be using a different one this time, and it's the one that I bought on the Etsy shop from the brand Wanna This. It looks like so. It's pretty much, again, virtually identical to the Beyond D binder. It's just that the outside is a little bit different. Let's go ahead and start putting in my pages. There are a lot because Sungwoo has so many friggin' inclusions. Let's just try this. Okay, so for Sungwoo actually, we are going to be using the Japanese brand pages that I showed you guys in the beginning from here, because these pockets are a little bit bigger, so they fit some of the things that I want to store for him. For Jimin, we are just using the Beyond D 4-pocket pages. These are the ones that I bought directly from the website, so they have the lip on top. Okay, sorry if I sound really repetitive. I know people will have questions, so I want to make sure that I'm just specifying which items that I'm using. So here is that. Let's actually put one more of these in here. Okie dokie. So we will start with Jimin. Okay, so Jimin, I have these photo cards here. I'm still missing a few of the ones that I want to collect for him, so I'm going to be leaving some spots blank. Okay, and then moving on to Love Yourself. I did 2 from every era, so I'm just going to put them in randomly. I think of all his hair colors, blonde is probably my favorite. I don't know. I have a really big soft spot for silver-haired Jimin as well, but there's just something about blonde Jimin which makes complete and total sense. So there is that, and then, oh, I just realized I put these out of order. Whoopsies. Okay, and then we get to these. So for those of you who don't know, Jimin is one of my alt biases. He was my alt bias before I started standing 17. And I fortunately pull him quite a bit in my albums, so I've never had too hard of a time trying to get his photo cards. I basically just collect the ones that I want to collect. And I did 2 for each version of Love Yourself and Map of the Soul. I just have one more photo card that I need for Map of the Soul 7. And then of course, because they're releasing their whatever version of B, I will need his photo card for that one as well. But I think I'm basically close to being done with his select version type of collecting that I'm doing. And because of that, I think I might go back and collect maybe a few of his older photo cards, the ones that I like. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm still majorly broke from the month of January, so I really shouldn't be talking about buying photo cards because I have no money left. Anyways, now we're gonna go ahead and put these photo cards away. These are from B, and of course they are all the members. I think I'll probably just go in age order because that is how I like to do things. Okay. After Jimin's sofa, which I actually genuinely do love because it's floral and super pretty, I think I like either Jin or RM's the best. And I don't know how much of that has to do with the fact that after Jimin, RM's my bias, and then after RM, it's Jin. But I like how simple this one is. I also love the colors in this photo, and this is such an RM setup with the bonsai tree and the little figurines that I just can't help but smile whenever I see it. So yes. I'm trying to remember when the next version of B comes out, and I think it should be pretty soon. I don't know, I have not been keeping track of dates very well recently, but I placed an order on K-Town for that album, so hopefully I pull Jimin. If not, we will do trading. This will be my first kind of real-time BTS trading experience, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know too much about the BTS trading community, to be honest, because again, I've always managed to pull the cards that I need, or I'll just buy him on Mercari. I did do a few trades here and there for Jimin with the cards that I pulled from albums where I didn't pull him, and it wasn't too bad, but I know that the BTS photo card game can be quite challenging and quite expensive, so yeah, I'm a little nervous for this upcoming release, so we'll see. Anyways, let's go ahead and put these away. I just have a few larger items. I need his Polaroid still for wings, and then I have these items. Okay, and with that, Jimin's page is all done, and we can move on to Sungwoo. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this Polaroid here. And then I have so many Sungwoo photo cards, it's not even funny. Between his solo album, Victon, and then X1 photo cards, this pile is actually quite massive. I didn't realize that he had so many photo cards until I took them all out. So we are going to start off with early Victon. I decided that I'm gonna store his cards chronologically with his solo stuff in the back. So I kept all these photo cards in their original Dragon Shield sleeves because I am using these larger Japanese pages and they actually do fit into here. So if you're someone who is pretty adamant about keeping with the Dragon Shield sleeves, it might not be a bad idea to look into these Japanese brand ones because they are large enough to accommodate Dragon Shields, which I still think are the best type of sleeves on the market. So speaking of Sungwoo, I am quite behind in his Voice, The Future Is Now photo cards. I've just been really bad about getting them. They're still quite expensive on Mercari, and because I didn't buy a lot of albums, I don't have really much to trade with. So I think I'll start paying more attention to his photo cards when I go on Mercari. But yeah, I have not been keeping up, which is fine. I mean, again, it's a new release. Prices will go down, his cards aren't going anywhere, but I do feel bad that I'm making progress on all my other collections and not his. I did manage to secure one of his other older photo cards from Victon, which is honestly so difficult to get. So I'm thinking those two will be left blank. I'm gonna put these tabs in here. I have seen his baby photo card for Time of Sorrow floating around, but it's so expensive. I think the most recent listing I saw had it priced at like $50, and I was like, I am not spending that much money on an album photo card. Sorry. So I might not ever get that photo card, but that's okay. Next page. These pages are also a little bit tacky and hard to use. And sorry, by tacky I just mean it's not like, they're not super slippery. So they are a bit of a squeeze, especially with the dragon shields, but they're not quite as bad as the new Beyond D pages. Okay, so that is all set. And then I think after this, I'm going to put in, oh, am I an idiot? I'm an idiot. I wanted to put in his X1 photo cards actually right in here. So let me just take out 2 of these pages and slip them into here. There we go. So we have these guys, and I am just going to put them like so, and those will go on their own page. I thought about giving Sungwoo his own binder just because he has so many photo cards, but I don't know. I just don't want to have like 5 million of these binders floating around, but also it's not like I have so many that he necessarily needs his own binder. We'll see. I might end up splitting him and Jimin, but then Jimin doesn't have that many photo cards, so his binder would be pretty small as well. Can't win. Okay, and those are his X1 photo cards. So this page is all set. I'm just missing one of the continuous photo cards for him still. And then here is Mayday. And then, please go in. Okay, it's such a struggle. All right, so those are in. And then I think I'm going to put his solo stuff all in the back, like I'll divide that off. And then we'll just go to Victon the Future is Now photo cards. So for this, what I might do is, okay, so we are going to put the pre-order cards for Voice the Future is Now on this page. This is one of my all-time favorite Sungwoo photo cards. He is just too cute for words between the little pose he does and then the wink. Oh my goodness, I love that photo card so much. Okay, and then we are just going to put in this guy over here, and then because I'm still missing quite a few of his cards, or not that many actually, I did make a purchase that I have sitting in a pile on my shelf right now, but I have yet to put those photo cards away, so that will be in a different video. Until then, we'll just put these inserts in. So another thing with A5 binders is that you can actually make them yourselves. I know that there's quite a few tutorials out there on how to craft your own A5 binder. What you need is basically like cardboard, paper. You need to buy one of the 6-ring, I don't know what you call it, contraptions, and then you can actually make it yourself. And then for the pages, if you guys have 9-pocket pages, you can actually cut them and then punch out holes to make the sleeves yourselves. I did not go down that route because I am very OCD about card collections and binders in general, and it's just one of those things where if everything's not like perfectly even or straight, I just get really frustrated and upset, which sounds so anal, and it is, but yeah, I didn't really want to make my own. I decided I would just buy the materials and then assemble it, but you certainly can DIY it yourselves, and if you're good with your hands and cutting in straight lines and that type of stuff doesn't really bother you, like if you have some pages that are a little bit different than others, then I think that's totally a really smart way to do it, because you can just convert your existing 9-pocket pages into 4-pocket pages and save money. If you're someone who doesn't want to bother with all that, then of course you can just buy these things, which is what I did. And yes, it obviously does cost more money, so if it's within your budget, certainly I think it's a good idea. If you know of other people that are also looking to convert to an A5 binder, I think it's also not a bad idea to maybe buy in bulk and then split shipping costs, because honestly, I think that's the most difficult part about setting up an A5 binder is getting the materials you need and accessibility. Unfortunately, the US does not sell a lot of these supplies, or if they do, I think it's a little bit overpriced. If you can find a way to purchase directly from Korea and to get enough people to order with you that you can split shipping so it's not too expensive. That's probably the best way to do it. Actually, let's put his unit cards all on one page, and then the group card can be on its own. And then finally I have these photo cards from a pop-up store in Japan. These were actually the main reason why I decided to store Seungwoo's photo cards on these Japanese pages, is because they fit into here perfectly, which is so nice. A bit of a squeeze, but that'll do it. Do the same thing on this side. Okay, there we go. There we go. So now all of it's covered, which is really nice. Ta-da! Okay, moving on to his solo album inclusions. So we'll start with these two. I love these photo cards, oh my gosh. I am a big selfie photo card person, meaning that my favorite types of photo cards tend to be selfie. Concept cards are fine, but I just think selfies are cuter. But above all else, meme photo cards are my favorite, meaning that I love it when they do really silly, goofy things for the photo cards. So something like this is what I mean. This one's both cute and memey, so I definitely appreciate that. But in general, if I could make the decision of what kind of photo cards a group got to put out, it would definitely be funny ones. Or just like ones that are kind of interesting and different. Okay. So there is that. And then we'll move on to the song version. So we'll do the same thing. Perfect. The song version is my favorite of all three of his solo album. I just really love the photo cards for this one. His hair is also so cute. That's all in. And then we'll do this. Sorry, I'm not talking a whole lot, am I? I'm just very concentrated on getting these cards in the proper pockets. Also, I have only had 1 cup of coffee this morning, and it's definitely worn off. So, oh my god, this is so aggravating. So there's that, and then we have one more version to put in here. And let's see how I want to do this. Oh, I forgot that his hair was like blackish purple for his solo debut. What a look. I really want to see Seungwoo as a blonde again. I think his current color is really gorgeous. It's like this teal green, and he has it buzzed on one side, or on both sides. It's like an undercut. And I know he had blonde hair in one of their earlier eras, but I would love to see a return of blonde Seungwoo. I think it would be so pretty. Oh, am I missing? I am. I'm missing a 4-pocket page. Okay, in you go. Okay, that works. Okay, so that part is all done, and then we just have his larger inclusions. So I have these. So these are just going to go into the 1-pocket pages. I don't know if this is gonna fit. This is from the old binder. I don't think it will, yeah. So I have an X1 and a Mayday. So I'm just gonna put it like, actually, will this one even fit? I don't know if this will fit. It will not. Okay, so the X1 postcard, because it's trifling enormous, does not fit into these 1-pocket pages, which is fine. I might finagle something later, but for now we will just put this postcard here, and then his section is all done. My goodness, this binder is already quite full. So yes, there is that binder. Okay, so change of plans. Sungwoo just takes up so much of this binder, and because Victon are a pretty active group, I'm just gonna give him his own binder because it just makes more sense that way. So we will take everything out of here and close that. And then I'm just gonna move him into this fellow right over here. Yeah, Victon have pretty regular comebacks. Also, because Sungwoo is a solo artist, I anticipate that he'll probably have another solo release probably this year, in addition to maybe another like 1 or 2 Victon comebacks, I don't know. So because I do anticipate him having a lot more photo cards in the somewhat near future, he can just get his own little thing. So I actually am going to put something in here, and it is this freebie that I made. Okay, there we go. So yeah, there is that, and then I'm actually going to move this tab and just maybe stick it right over here to differentiate his solo stuff. And then I will also put one up front. So with that, that is what this binder is going to look like. I am pretty happy with it. Yeah, I think it just makes more sense for him to have his own binder. Okay, so going back to this Jimin binder, I'm actually gonna put Jisung in here because Jisung doesn't have that many photo cards, so we should be okay. Okay. Put this Polaroid of him over here. Perfect. And then here are his photo cards, and then we will have some larger things as well. So I am still missing his photo card from My First and Last. We will leave that one blank. And then we have his 2 cards from Empathy Era. And then we go up, we'll go here. I'm not planning on collecting his little business card thing that came with the first press. So with that, we'll just jump straight to Wee Boom. Stick the circle card here. I don't collect, oops. Yeah, if you can't tell, these sleeves are super slippery, so I feel like they just slide everywhere. What I was saying though is that I don't collect his circle cards, I just keep them if I pull him. So I have that one. So that page is all set. Okay, moving on. Now we have Reload, and I'm just gonna put him like that. I'm also hoping that NCT Dream has a comeback soon. It's been almost a year now. I think we are due for a full album. I'm just saying, SM, if anybody's watching this, which you're not, there's no excuse. I don't know. Dream is due for a full album. They should have a full album. I don't know why they don't. These pages are backwards. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys. If it seems like this video is a mess, it's because It is a mess. These pages are just really hard to use, my gosh. I don't know if it's like the sleeves that I'm using. Maybe it's just me. But they're definitely not as smooth as the Ultra Pro pages that we have for the other ones. Am I missing another full pocket? Oh, it's just behind here, that's why. This is one of my all-time favorite Jisung photo cards. Is the ID card and then the access card. I'm still missing the other photo card for Arrival, and that should hopefully be coming soon from a group order. It's just taking a moment. Okay, so that is that. And then we have these 2 pocket pages, which actually I don't think I'll need the 2 pocket page. I'm gonna swap it out. So I'm just going to stick both Jisung and Rendon into this 1 pocket page. I kept Rendon because he is my second bias in NCT Dream. I just didn't feel like selling him. So there is that. And then here are the weird, I don't know, inclusions from Reload. So yes, with that, that is all set as well. So this will be my Jimin and Jisung binder. Okay, and with that, we are actually all done with setting up my binders. I feel like that was a bit of a mess. But yes, these are the binders that I have set up for right now. I have 2 for girl groups, sorry, more here, and then 2 for boy groups. Like I said, I'm going to have everything that I used in this video linked down in the description box below. If you guys have more questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm really, really happy to have these A5 binders. I think I'm just gonna enjoy using them a lot more than the binder that I was using previously. I might end up splitting my girl group 1 into 2 binders maybe, but we'll see. Right now, I think they're all doing pretty okay and not too full, but certainly as groups come back and things like that, I'll have to adjust accordingly. Yes, so thank you for watching this video and I will catch you in my next one. Bye! Get on my bike, let's go. Get on my way. Get on my way.